Welcome everyone to the Monday Market Coin Report for the week ending December 22nd, 2019. Good morning for all you folks out there, you coinaholics. I'm your host Sean with BlueRidgeSilverhound, here to deliver this report in which we talk about a lot of the more prominent modern coins to sell at auction this past week. Okay, we have about 10 days left in this year. And what I'd like to do as I go through my listings of various coins that's sold, I'm also going to talk a little bit about speculating about, what coins I feel like will either maintain or enhance in value in the future. All right, we're kind of at a crossroads in the coin market. There are certain sectors of coin collecting and numismatics in general that are just weak as investments, alongside with the potential of doing these big bulk grading submissions that everybody likes to do on some of the more popular modern dated coins. And you're going to see that it has affected the market for some of these coins because the supply is greatly enhanced. There's just a whole bunch of it being bulldozed into the marketplace, and it's playing a huge role on not only those respective dates of those denominations, but also coins surrounding that particular date. So we're going to take a look at a few coins that I feel like might be a pretty good spec just based off of the low supply and the medium to high demand that some of these coins offer. All right, so why don't we go ahead and jump right into it with all of the sales that completed at greatcollections.com. It's kind of a slow week heading into Christmas, so a lot of the sales are going to only come from Great Collections. There was nothing from eBay to note, other than the fact that there was a whole bunch of 2019's enhanced reverse silver eagles. Of course, it's like the big thing now, and something you'll want to keep in mind with those particular coins is, there's a lot of trading activity, and for raw ungraded examples with the certificate, the box, and packaging, you're going to be looking at about $1,200 to $1,300 solid on those particular coins. I have stressed again, these are going to be a long-term spec for me in 10, 15, 20 years. We're going to see these coins just literally disappear from the marketplace, much like the 1995 W Silver Eagle that has been the once, key date in this whole series, now has a stablemate running alongside it with the 2019's enhanced reverse. So the coin that you've kind of seen here on screen here in the last minute, this is a 1998's Lincoln Cent. It is a proof coin, and this is also the close AM variant. All right, which are pretty tough to find. All right, but a lot of people are still cherry picking some of these widely available 98 and 99 proof sets for the close AM varieties. Okay, because generally they'll have the wide AM spacing in America on the reverse of the coin. This example here is an NGC Proof 70 Ultra Cameo. It also has the 100 greatest label list. Of course, some of you may not be aware, but there was a book that came out, 100 greatest coins, modern coins, and this is number 49 on the list, I believe. This one right here sold for $1,589.62. I would say probably stay away from coins like this already graded. If you're able to cherry pick one right out of a set, that's fantastic. And as long as you pick it up for an affordable price, namely an uncherry picked, undocumented set, in which you can buy for around $10 or less, that's a screaming bargain right there, and a great cherry pick all around. So that's the first coin on the list. The second one that we have here is going to be a 55D Lincoln Wheat Cent. All right, so this one right here again, mass produced into the millions, hundreds of millions for this particular date and mint mark. However, this one right here is a PCGS Mint State 67 Plus full red, and it is also CAC certified. Now, this is a super grade right here. The only kryptonite that would hold this one down is if more pieces enter the marketplace. Before 67 plus, again, top of the bell grade. You're not going to find any finer. This one sold for $3,093.75. I would probably stay away from actually purchasing coins like this. 1950s wheat cents are just way too common out there in all grades. It's only going to be a matter of time because grading is so trendy right now that this pop value is just going to continue to go up as more people discover some of those high-end pieces. So in contrast, the next coin that we have here is going to be a 1943 Lincoln Wheat steel cent. As you guys know, this is a one-shot year in which the U.S. Mint produced these coins in a zinc-coated steel composite, all right, as a way of saving up all the copper and everything like that for the war efforts. They transitioned for 1 year only to this zinc-coated steel planchet. This is a PCGS Mint State 68. Again, highest rung on the ladder in terms of grade. This is also CAC certified, and this one sold for $4,415.62. This is one of my spec coins right here, only because of its one-shot appeal. It's a steel cent. It's different. People love it. Collectors, small and you know, some of the deep pockets, people love these coins, and we just don't see the market for these dropping anytime soon. The prices have remained flat. We are going to see probably a steady rise in the price of these coins at this grade level. I would certainly keep an eye out for these high grade steel cents. So we do have a Jefferson nickel to talk about. This is what, you know, again, this is one of those common dates. It was produced into the millions. The 1962D is the 1 year in which it is really difficult to find a hammered strike, one with a lot of sharp detail. A lot of people collect these for the strong steps on the reverse. Right there on Monticello, those center steps, you have 6 lines that go all the way across. And if there was an example that ever came into the marketplace in which it exhibits strong enough steps to warrant a full steps designation by a third-party grader, they're worth a lot of money. This one is a PCGS Mint State 65 FS, and it sold for $2,025. Again, proving that coins like this still popular. Jefferson nickels have always been popular, but you guys got to keep in mind, okay, 50s and 60s Jefferson nickels, and much the same vein as the Lincoln Wheat cents, okay, they're plentiful. All right, so because of the trend of grading coins and bulk submissions and everything like that, I would certainly be wary of investing in coins like this, in which a lot of people are gunning for the big, massive paydays. All right, so we got that one there. We also have another one of my perennial favorite Jefferson nickel dates, and that's the 1955. Now, why is it my favorite? This is just overall a really crazy date to try and find with sharp details. They just don't exist. Okay, it's really tough, in much the same way as some of those early 60s Jefferson nickels. 1955 specifically is one of those dates that are just not that good looking. Okay, most coins, about 99.9999% of the entire mintage, it leaves a lot to be desired in the quality department when they were striking these. This one right here is a PCGS Mint State 66 rather, full steps, and it has some pretty nice pastel toning on there. Sold for $1,119.38. All right, so we have another nickel here for you, and it's going to be a 1954. Okay, we have a little run of 50s nickels, and then here's another one to add to the old list. Again, same thing. Philadelphia, mid-50s, Jefferson nickels, they don't have the greatest strikes, and as a result, finding one with full steps is going to be paramount in making a few bucks, okay, on the exchange of actually grading and then selling these later on down the line. This is a PCGS Mint State 66 with full steps, and it sold for $1,065.99. Now keep in mind, okay, Great Collections does provide some pretty nice images. I feel like that some of these coins don't quite stack up in the full steps department. I've been ultra critical about these 50s and 60s nickels, sometimes not showing the best attributes on the photos. You know, it might be a different story in person. With a magnifier, of course, you're going to get the best look of those coins that way rather than seeing it on screen. I feel like there were some details missing in these photos that we're not aware of. All right, so we have one more nickel here. Actually, we got a couple more, but let's go ahead and take a look at this 53, another tough date. This one is a PCGS Mint State 66 with full steps. This one I am going to be ultra critical. This one is super mushy. This one has a horrible strike, and I firmly believe that this one is undeserving of the full steps designation. Again, you want to be mindful and heed caution to coins that look like this. If you are an investor, or if you are a dedicated registry set participant in Jefferson nickels, you have to be cautious of coins like this. All right, just because the actual certification label says so doesn't mean it's 100% true. All right, this one right here sold for $3,150. To a lot of people, that's a lot of money, myself included. You want to be mindful of coins that look like this, and don't even think about trying to get an upgrade on this coin, because you may lose that full steps designation. Be careful on some borderline coins such as this. So we're going to go ahead and wrap up the nickel section with my favorite coin. Now, it falls outside of the 1950 requirement for modern coins on my list, but this is a 44p. Okay, this is one of those 35% silver manganese war nickels that you hear so much about, that is just popular with collectors. Again, much the same kind of wavelength as the steel cents. These have its own niche collector group all on its own. This one is a PCGS Mint State 67 with full steps, and it has some pleasing subtle pastel toning to it. Sold for $1,192.38. All in all, you would feel very safe investing $1,000 or so for a high-end 67 war nickel. These are just going to be popular selling coins because of what they've meant, all right, in coinage history, that in conjunction with World War II. And then you have coins that undeniably are going to be collectors from several different areas, not just numismatics, but also your war collector people that deal in those kind of items. They are going to find a lot of value with these coins as well. All right, so that's the last nickel on the list. We only have one dime, but it's worth mentioning that even some of the more common mercury dimes get a lot of love. Okay, the grade just has to be right. What we have here is a super high-end 1936 mercury dime. Okay, this is traditionally a very common date in the mercury dime series. Okay, it's about as common as some of those 1940s mercury dimes that you see so much, along with some of the Roosevelts that you see in its earliest first decade stage of life as a new design. So this one right here is a PCGS Mint State 68 plus. Holy cow, this is a tremendous coin. It also exhibits full split bands. It is also CAC certified, and this coin sold for $15,187.50. A truly marvelous looking example here. And I've said before, mercury dimes are just going to be popular for years and decades on end. Again, feel safe to put some money into mercury dimes. It's between that and the Walking Liberty House and Standing Liberty Quarters, you're talking three marquee just designs in coins that a lot of people are familiar with, and they are just going to be continuously getting better as they age. All right, so we have a few quarters. Believe it or not, we have some surprising inclusions on the list, and I haven't talked about some really good 1960s quarters in quite a while. Clad versions, mind you. We have a 1968 right here. Of course, again, ho-hum. This is not a coin that we typically see as being anything collectible because they were so widely circulated, and oftentimes when you find these in change, they're just really beat up. Okay, they've been handled, and there's not a lot going on with these coins. However, this one right here looks like it came out fresh out of the mint. It's a PCGS Mint State 68, and this one sold for $2,308.49. Top end grade, again, top pop, none finer, truly marvelous looking example, alongside with this 1967 that you see right here. This one also is a mint state 68. However, it is an NGC graded coin. Keep in mind, NGC is one of those relevant grading companies that we ought to pay attention to as they gain market share on PCGS. This one right here sold for $2,306.25, about $2 shy from that PCGS example. Again, high-end quarters, very dedicated group of registry set individuals that are collecting into these at the highest level. Pretty nice coin. So we have another quarter here, okay, and I'm happy to introduce this 1953. Okay, it's got some pretty original toning, albeit not the most wildest colors that you're ever going to see on a Washington quarter, but this one, I have to give it a little bit of credit for its all-around originality. This one is a PCGS Mint State 67 Plus. Again, we're talking about a coin that was mass-produced into the millions. This is a common date Washington quarter, but finding one this clean and this presentable for a registry set is always going to be one of those undeniable chase pieces in coin collecting. Okay, this one is also CAC certified. You got the toning with all of those factors in together. This one did sell for $3,037.50. All right, pretty nice example here. All right, so we're going to wrap it up with a couple absolutely stunning Franklin half dollars, and I have to say that I'm glad that this group 2 coins right here came up on the list, because I've had a few emails in the past about people are saying that, you know what, Franklin halves are just not worth anything, because I lived during the time when these things widely circulated and the design left a lot to be desired. Okay, you've heard me say the same thing each and every single time with Franklin halves, but you got to keep in mind, Franklin half dollar collectors are among some of the most spirited, you know, deep-pocketed people. Okay, they love the set. All right, and because of its Americana, okay, you have one of the most iconic American inventors and just, you know, politicians in Benjamin Franklin. You have a man that graces a coin in which everybody is going to jump over each other to find some of the most highest end coins. You have the Liberty Bell on the back. This coin screams Americana, and that's why it is so popular. Case in point, we have a 1953D. Again, a coin that was produced quite massively. All right, it's not a key date by any stretch. However, what makes this one extraordinary is that it's a PCGS Mint State 67 with full bell lines, so it's got a sharp strike. You don't hear about that much on some of the early 50s Franklin half dollars. They are just simply rare as all get out. Okay, this is no exception. This one sold for $17,167.50. All right, so to say that this particular series is not popular at all is a little bit short-sighted. As a matter of fact, there are guys that sell these on TV, you know, and people love them. People eat this series up. Okay, it is just as popular as Walking Liberty House, believe it or not, because it's a short series. Okay, you could essentially put together the entire short series in BU condition for around $500, $600. Okay, it can be done, even the 48s and 49s. Truly tremendous coins. So we do have one more Franklin half dollar that I want to highlight to wrap up the video, and it's going to be one of the tough ones. It's a 51S. You don't see this one with full bell lines, but this one does have it, ladies and gentlemen. It's an NGC graded 67 FBL. Nice toning on there. You can see it right on the images. This one sold for $5,287.50. You know, between the last 2 coins, we're talking $22,400 worth of value from 2 coins that are still traditionally cherry-picked out in the wild today. Why not go for it? These are very attractive coins, and they are well collected. And from this point forward, okay, as we go on, again, this is a short series. There's less of these coins out there as a result. It's not like a 100-year series like the Lincoln Cents or anything like that. Okay, there's less and less of these available in the marketplace at the highest grade level, but they are still cherry pickable. Find some, send them off to grading, and then possibly you might have a coin that's worth thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars. These things are amazing. All right. So that's going to wrap it up for the Monday Market Coin Report for the week ending December 22nd. We have one more report to wrap up the new year. And, this is going to be a telling sign. We do have Christmas on Wednesday. It's going to be a funny week. How are collectors going to respond, after the first of the year? Are we going to see a tail off like some people have talked about? Are we going to see an uptick in collecting? This year it's been a really busy and a very vigorous summertime, in which it's a time where it's always slow. And we could attribute that to some of the U.S. Mint's new products that they're putting out. Kudos to them. They've also helped out the coin market, but there are certain areas in which it's a little weak, and you got to be mindful and be very careful. I don't think right now is the time to buy for some of those weak series. There's just going to be more of these coins that are going to be introduced into the marketplace, and right now, nobody needs to purchase these as an investment due to any inflationary concerns, I guess, is what people generally run to when they go and buy up just coins, as a way of hedging. But anyways, I'm your host, Sean, with Blue Ridge Silverhound. Thank you for joining me on this report. You guys enjoy a fantastic Christmas week to you and your families and your friends. And as always, be safe out there. Have a wonderful day. And Coinaholics, we are discovering together. Take care, and I will see you then, friends.